Hello, everyone. This is Pastor Dave back, and I want to ask you a question today. Is the Iran war turning into something like Groundhog Day? Remember Groundhog Day, the movie 1993, Bill Murray's, and it was quite a comedy, but actually is quite of a real life comedy as far as how he had to, every day would go over and over and over. So he'd wake up one day, it'd be the same day as the last day. Well, in Iran, we seem to be doing the same thing right now. We see that after weeks of this war, like I think eighth week going to ninth, whatever it may be, we've gone through all kinds of things. We've had ceasefires and we've had stop the bombing over and over and over. And even President Trump has extended those lines, making sure the ceasefire had a chance to work. And each and every time when they go back to the talking tables, to the basically the negotiation table, something happens very strange. Well, someone doesn't show up, or both sides don't show up, or someone doesn't want to come, or the wrong person came from Iran, while the U.S. is still trying to get their same negotiators back over there each and every time. And even last week or so, President Trump said, "Forget it, cancel it. They're not showing up, and this is happening. Don't go over there to Islamabad in Pakistan for negotiations because it's a waste of time at this point." Well, after this has happened for weeks and weeks, it has a cycle, it has a little pattern here, and it's really down to the bottom line. Does Iran really want peace? No, they do not want peace, and they do not want peace without keeping their nuclear ability they're developing, keeping their stockpiled nuclear uranium's been developed already for bomb making, and keeping their facilities. I know we have bombed them over and over and over, but they're trying to dig them out right now and get them back so they can restart them. They're digging out areas to get weapons back out of the enclosed or caved in tunnels they've hidden them in. And then down to the bottom line, even with the government collapsing and government control changing hands almost every day, they don't want peace because the people in power want to win, and they're on basically a quest to do whatever it takes to beat the U.S. and beat Israel and basically wipe us off the map, I guess. They don't want to have peace. So how's this going to end? I don't know, but God knows. And the whole thing about this is, as we speak right now, I believe President Trump ordered the bombing to start again. They're bombing Iran again. Will that make a difference? Will they finally get them to come to the table? Meanwhile, the people internally are starting to really rise up more and more, and they've been armed partially. And I see people coming more and more on the streets to try to take the government control away, take over the government, and free themselves and have a free Iran again. That would be wonderful. But we'll see what happens. Pray for the people in Iran, pray for the people in Israel and all the U.S. soldiers and so forth that are involved in this, and pray for especially the innocent Christians that are there in Iran right now. And remember one thing, God's in control. No matter if they get peace for a season, or they don't get peace. It says in Ezekiel 38 that at that particular war, the Gog-Magog war, Iran's coming together with Russia, with a consortium of Islamic nations to come in and to wipe Israel off the face of the map and take basically their riches, their spoils. So we don't know how that's going to happen except that the Bible says so. But right now we know the war has become a Groundhog Day, and who knows when the 6 weeks before winter winter is over with will really come to see springtime. Let's hope that's soon. Springtime for people getting saved, springtime for peace in the Middle East, and springtime for God's plan. Bye till next time. Remember, Jesus is coming soon, and I hope he's coming for you. Bye now.